For the second year in a row, iLEAD is organizing Future Vista, the New Age Careers, a conclave that will witness the presence of dignitaries from the various sectors.
This is the time to grab the opportunity, follow your passion, and build your career in the field you are most ambitious about.
We want to just start off with, a lay of a difference between what traditional marketing or marketing used to be, probably say 5-7 years ago, and what it is at this point in time. Sort of a comparison between the pre-COVID era and the post-COVID era that we are living in. So, Sumit, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell us about your experience as, first of all, the LinkedIn top voice and influencer as well?
I used LinkedIn as a personal ranting space, right? मैंने अपना personal journey document करना शुरू किया, and suddenly one day I wake up and they tell me that you have 100 million views, you are a top voice of LinkedIn. Okay, that works. But seriously, guys, I've had a very different journey from all of you guys. I survived 4 major surgeries. I was rejected from 30 schools, blah, blah, blah. And then I was rejected from colleges. Then I was rejected from companies. किसी ने lock नहीं दिया. I started my own LinkedIn agency, right? Because, when you don't have options, the entrepreneurship thing even pushes you more to do it, right? And people liked it. They found relatability to my content. And a lot of people started reaching out to me. And that's how I became a top voice. I believe every one of you can do the same. Like, every one of us has a story to tell. सभी के पास कुछ ना कुछ रहता है बोलने के लिए. We are too afraid to open up. Right? Oh, just use LinkedIn as your own diary, right? I won't give you the thing that you should write your bio in third person and then you should document your experiences. Nobody wants to see that. अगर वो चाहिए था तो CV खोल के देख लेते ना. I want to know if I'm a HR who is looking at your LinkedIn profile, or if I'm a potential customer or a supplier to your business. I want to know who you are as a person. So that is what you should document. Don't document the Friday night parties that you do, but what I mean is document your experiences that you have in life. Document the friendships that you have cultivated over a period of time. Document your lessons in life, right? वो सभी के पास होता है. कुछ ना कुछ ज्ञान हम सभी के पास होता है देने के लिए, right? So उसको लिखो. You'll do better. You will be able to connect and create a community who relates to you.
Initially, way back in 2008, 9, 10, we are a very old organization. We were into hardware and networking training, and we used to advertise extensively on newspapers. We used to advertise extensively on hoardings. And it was very, very difficult those times even to start an operation in any other state, because you had to first fix up your marketing budget, even if you get a franchisee there. We operated lots of franchisees across India. We had more than 150 franchisees that time in different areas. We had 2 companies. One was into hardware networking and second was into rural networking. Rural, basically development into computers and a lot of others. Before we could venture into any state that time, we had to first think about the marketing expenditure. And it was not easy. Today, we are in Bangalore. We are opening up in Indore. We don't need to bother about the advertising expenditure because we know that is very much within our control. We know what is the amount of money they're going to spend and what is the returns we are going to get. This was one part. So it is not that expensive. I don't say it is cheap. It is less expensive because it is very targeted. Previously, when we used to advertise in Anand Bazar Patrika, we used to advertise to the whole of West Bengal. 80% of them, they were not our audience. That means there was a lot of wastage, and we had to pay for the entire paper because we are consuming the space, ad space. Today, we are able to reach out to the right audience even while using Google ads or Facebook ads. We are eliminating the wastage every single day. That means we are trying to optimize. We are able to curate content based on the audience need, right? So optimization to the core can happen today if you are working hard on Google, digital media, any of the medias, maybe Google, maybe Facebook, maybe LinkedIn for say, Instagram, whatever, right?
What actually influences does. No, I mean like that's the offshoot. Yes, content creation, but why content creation? Do you guys ever ask yourself कि हम लोग ये बैठ के इंस्टा में जो देख रहे हैं, ये जो मीम्स बन रही है, लोग नाच रहे हैं इधर उधर, weird सा situation बन रहा है, scripted fights between couples हो रहा है, and we are actually so amazed and so we are liking, disliking, hating. What exactly is happening is that the information about what can happen and what might not happen is already out there. Try to fathom this, okay? Keep your minds calm and try to understand one point, that what can happen in any kind of given situation is already out there, because internet's job was to collect information. That was the past stage. Right now we have too much of information onto our plate, if you can understand. So what influencers are actually doing, they're precisely creating blocks of information into bite-sized pieces so that you can eat it up. And while you're eating it up, lapping it up, then comes the sponsored product insertions and all of that. So in essence, they're creating communities, followers. If you guys have ever thought about it, what this verb followers means, basically you're following them and you're pseudo-worshipping them. That's what the influencers are for, so that they can spoon feed you all the information that they think to be relative and important and fit their own agenda inside it, which is the sponsorship or the company who is paying the price for the product insertion. Now I will slowly go towards trackability, but in your mind, you should always keep that influencers are not just creating content. They're actually, in a way, helping you to decipher. Because see, as human beings, we have limited capacity of mind. We cannot think in parallel. So too much of information overload actually leads towards, let's say, choice overload. So in e-commerce, there is something known as we cannot give too much of choices to the end consumer. If you see, in most of the branded website, after a certain point of certain, let's say, product, some products में डाला होता है कि sold out है, inventory नहीं है. That's झूठ. It's because the company wants you to buy certain product, so क्यों निकल जाए जल्द से जल्द. And they give you 55%, 65%, 70% off भाई. जैसे कि बनाने का खर्चा ही नहीं उठा रहा है, ऐसे ही दान पे दे दे रहा है आपको. Point is that पिछले ट्रैक्शन से पता है हम लोगों को ये जूता इसी गधे को खरीदना है, तो इसको यही ऐड दिखा दो. कैसे पता चला? क्योंकि जब ये ऐड सर्व हुआ था, उसने इसको देखा था, विएबिलिटी दिखा था. मतलब खरीदा नहीं खरीदा, क्लिक किया, वेबसाइट पे गया, नो पॉइंट. He has spent more than 10 seconds on these ads. That much amount of trackability actually happens.
Chakhor, when this guy, Mr. Sandeep Jodhar, I must name the CEOs, like he is the founder of this company. I'm not the founder. In both of the companies, I'm not the founder, right? So when this company approached me, like the CEO approached me in 2021. So he was chasing me like anything. Like you join my company, you do this and that. So let me tell you, I am not a digital marketer at all. Okay. So I call myself, I have a bit knowledge on a particular segment. So I call myself brand strategist. Okay. So not a digital marketer. Digital marketer is a huge thing. Marketing is a huge thing. We cannot play with digital marketing. This is not possible for a single person, right? It requires a team, and it should have particular knowledge in every segment of under digital marketing. So brand building comes under digital marketing. So let me tell you like how it happened. Like the guy came to me, like asked me to onboard his company, like to onboard to get onboarded in his company, and just push it from my side so that he can build more franchises, he can create more franchises. He had only one outlet that time. It was 2021 September I'm talking about, right? So I'll be go back to the like after a year again. So what I did in the middle, I'll be talking about later on. So after a year when I joined, it was September 2022, we had 11 outlets. Okay. So what did we do in that scenario? That company was started in 2019. Can you imagine? Like in 2 years, they could only open only one outlet and run it, right? एक साल में ऐसा क्या changes आ गया company में कि एक outlet से 11 outlet हो गया. Currently in this year, we have signed 17 more outlets contract. Okay, and we got funding from a VC investor. How did it happen? So it's all about the branding.